Welcome to Master the Game. I'm Juice, this is Paula, and we are doing RPG a Day this month, 2019, and today is day 12, and the word is friendship, which is sort of how you and I started before we dated.
Sort of.
So let's get started. Alright, so RPG a Day has been going on pretty well. We still need to do your reaction to the comments. So we're on day 12. We'll probably film that tonight because it's Monday.
Yeah.
And so when this airs. So we'll film it tonight and we'll film the next few days of videos and get something hopefully up for them. But today being friendship, do you want to take it away?
Oh, sure. Okay. I don't have anything planned for this.
Oh, well, look at
this.
Wait. So you complained the first few videos how I always went first. And now that I'm trying to let you go first, you always say, I don't have anything. What's up with that?
It's fine. It's fine. I got this.
Story time.
Okay. All right. Friendship. Okay. So, I've already shared the story about first time playing D&D, right, which was with my family.
Yes.
Okay. So after that, because my family would only get together sort of periodically, like when my brother was in town and that type of thing, and he lives out west, they didn't get together very often, so we didn't really play
out
D&D.
West. So we're in Michigan,
and
he lives in Oregon.
Yeah, so
like it's as far west as you can go, pretty much.
All the way out there, yeah.
Other than Hawaii.
So they didn't get together to play a lot. So right after those first couple times playing D&D, I basically didn't play for a long time until I started playing in high school. I got some of my friends into it. And
you got your friends into it?
Yeah. Well,
I was
telling them like, oh, I had played, D&D before with my siblings and stuff like that. And they were really interested, and I kind of told them about it, and so then they went along, like, looking it up online and things like that.
This is like 2001?
And then they bought, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then they bought some books, so...
Which edition?
3.5?
Was 3?
Yeah. 3.5? Does that sound about
third
right?
Or 3.5,
it might have been
yeah.
third. I'm not sure. Or 3.5. Well, I think initially I had borrowed books from my brother, and we played second edition.
Oh, okay.
A couple times. But it sort of like really solidified our friendship, because then we would get together like every weekend and we would play, and we would go down, we would walk down to, or drive if we were feeling lazy, down to 7-Eleven. And we would get Slurpees. We would get like Coke and cherry, alternating Slurpees, different amounts, right?
Okay.
And
sure, you mix it.
Weekend. Anyway, yeah, so we would get Slurpees, and we would go over to my friend's house, and we would play, and there would be like 3 of us, so it's like one person's gonna run a game, and they would just like make shit up. Like, we didn't plan anything out. We didn't use the same characters every time. Like, it was like a lot of times.
Chaos.
Yeah, it was.
Was it good though? Was it still fun?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah,
okay.
We had a blast. We would do it all day long.
Sure.
But we would like, like I said, one person was like making up stories, right, on the spot. It wasn't like, there wasn't a lot of prep.
There was no prep.
Yeah.
Even when you ran it?
No, not really.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
You spend 30 hours prepping for like a 3-hour session.
I do not. That's overkill.
Okay, you've spent at
overkill.
least 15 the last session we ran.
Yeah, well, because...
You were like making props, and you were writing and reading a lot.
Yes, I do like to make a lot of props as well.
Props
and
are cool.
A lot of times that's really time consuming, so like I've made like maps or pictures, and I'll draw a bunch of stuff, and then I usually do coffee stain. Coffee works better in my opinion. But I do coffee stain, I burn them, like, so I do different things. And so that stuff does take a long time. Especially if you're talking about drawing some of the things that I've drawn before.
Right.
It takes a little bit.
Like the maps that you like put together with the 2 sheets of paper to make the map.
Yeah.
Like the ring that's in my showcase.
Yep.
Things like that.
Yeah, so it takes a little bit sometimes.
Okay.
And then other times too, part of what takes me so long in prep is like I'll set aside like terrain that I want to use specifically.
That doesn't take long for me.
And I'll make notes of like this room. I have these terrain pieces, so I don't forget something cool that I have for that. But anyway, so we did not prep a lot. We would just like make characters or roll up characters like every other time. We're using new characters, so we tried a lot of different things. And then found a couple other people who played D&D. So then we would kind of like get together with those people at this like, it was like a strip mall, but it used to be a strip mall, and then they enclosed it so that it was
like the food court was enclosed?
An actual mall. But all the stores had like exterior entrances, and so not a lot of people used the hallway spaces. So there were a couple food places that closed down, and so they just left like all the chairs and booths and stuff for the food places out.
Sure.
And so we would just like go there and play because it was just like, you know, and nobody went there. Like there were like, I don't know, the 4 stores that were still alive.
Speaking of which, so they do D&D in a castle over in like Europe and stuff. And, like Nerdarchy and some other people go and play.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know if you saw this, but there are some people on social media who have now done D&D in a White Castle. And I think that sounds cool. There's no White Castle near us, but So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to.
But
I just thought about that.
So we would just like set up there and we would play and just like again make random characters, do stupid shit, and like that's how we all kind of became friends. Sure. And became good friends.
Do you know if any of those people still play D&D?
I do not know.
Well, now you're gonna have to find out.
I do.
Find out, because people are going to comment and say, "Hey, what's the update?"
Them, like I've tagged them in Facebook posts before or whatever, and they always love my D&D Facebook stuff.
You need to send a message, private message, and ask them if they still play. Just say, "I'm curious. Do you guys still play?"
I'm gonna ask.
You should.
Because actually, like you would really like Matt if he still plays. I don't know if he plays.
Oh, okay, maybe we can work it out.
You'd really like him.
That'd be cool. So we just moved back. I'm still looking to formulate some RPG groups. I would love to do more just, hey, let's sit down and do an improv game with not a lot of prep. I think that'd be a lot of fun, personally. But, so I struggled, and I've told this story. I struggled in high school getting a group together. Like, I had friends that played, but their group was far too big, and they played on an air hockey table. And it was like, they lived in this one neighborhood, and it was like, brothers and sisters and then couples that were all involved in this table, and the age varied. It was like you had seniors in high school down to 7th graders in middle school in this group. It was like that varied. So, and then by the time I was a senior in high school, which is when I really was dying to get into it, it was even more people in their group, you know. That was actually the first time I really was like, hey, can I join you? And they're like, oh, we're too big now. Should have asked us a year ago before we had these girlfriends. So
the girlfriends just screwed it up.
Yeah, they did, and well, they were just as nerdy as them. So, but yeah, and then after that, or even around that time, I had a friend who had played before and was interested, but we didn't get real serious about it. So it never got beyond like, yeah, that'd be cool to play, and that was it. So I just struggled. I could never find friends willing to give it a shot. Like, you know, my friend Finch, I had asked him many times, kind of casually, because I didn't want to come across like too like nerdy about it for a while. And he was always like, that doesn't sound like my thing. And then we finally got him to play.
Yeah.
And I think he enjoyed it, but at the same time, I think he was tired when he came over. Remember?
Yeah, well, he was working a lot of hours at that time.
Yeah, and was going through the divorce.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot going on. Yeah. Yeah, he was working 2 jobs, going through divorce, moving, a little unsettled. But I think he enjoyed it, but at the same time, the game was a little bit slower paced with that group. And he needed probably something a little more fast paced. So yeah, I don't know. I've always struggled to get people who weren't into it, who are my friends, into it. And then it seems like a lot of the people I am friends with who are into it usually already have groups. And it's like long-running groups, and they're not really willing to mix the dynamic up.
Like people who have been like, oh, we've been gaming together for 15 years.
Yeah, and
like,
we don't want to bring people in because when we have, it's kind of thrown things off. And,
and we haven't, like, I grew up in this area initially and then moved over to the other side of the state, and then we moved back here, and then we moved over there. And then we moved
8
back
times
here.
in 9 years.
Like, so we've moved a bunch of times. So
Yeah.
I think that's really hard to then keep, like,
Steady
a group together,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of break into those groups that have been playing
Yes.
longer. And so we haven't had the ability ourselves to have one of those groups that, like, hey, we've been playing together for 15 years.
Right.
Because we haven't lived in the same place.
The
for
closest thing
15
has been
years.
playing with your family, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, we've played with them who knows how many times. 10, 15 times, maybe. 2nd edition, 5th edition. Well, you have. I haven't.
Yeah, you have.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I would bet we haven't. We've only done like 2 sessions of Tomb of Annihilation. I only ran like 3 or 4 sessions for him when we lived in downtown Grand Rapids.
No, we've done 4 sessions of Tomb of Annihilation.
Okay.
We did.
Your brother ran 2nd edition. We didn't get very far in that.
I don't know.
It's been like max
Maybe.
5 sessions every time. Because again, think about it. We don't play it that often.
Mm-hmm.
It's like once a month at best.
Yeah.
And then we move. So then it dies. And then we start a new campaign when we do live close.
Yeah.
So,
Tough.
But I think your brother, it would be cool to get your brother to play. And then like maybe get a few other people I know that are really RP heavy. Because I wonder if that would change your brother's perception a little bit, because he's a little bit more gamist about it, like very rooted in our reality with how he tries to rule things as a DM. As a player, he doesn't always wrap his head around.
I think, he could
more
do
of the like Hollywood-esque things.
Yeah, he could do a lot more, like improv and RP. Like it would be very easy for him to do that.
Think so, too.
I mean, like,
I think it'd be refreshing for him too, to see that side of the game.
It's not difficult for him to think on his feet.
Right. And if he can't, he just doesn't say anything.
Yeah. He's
a
lawyer. He better be able to think on his feet and talk.
Right, and he's extremely intelligent. One of the smartest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it would be fun.
I think so too. So I would love to see if he would be interested in playing.
That light is flickering.
I know. I don't know why. I think it's because of the washer and dryer and stuff, like I said. But I think it'd be interesting to mix him with, like, heck, if we could get Brent and Wizzy and, maybe even Jake every once in a while. Like, I think that group right there with your brother
that'd
be very interesting.
That'd be cool.
I think so too. I think it would open his mind quite a bit. And I think he would think Wizzy is quite a character. Like, it'd be funny afterwards.
That would just
be like, so what do you think of Wizzy?
It would just be funny probably to watch those two interact.
If you don't know Wizzy, which I know you probably don't, so they have a podcast that you guys should go check out. I'm going to post the link below. I'm terrible with the name. Something about helmets. I'm so bad.
Yeah, why do you wear a helmet?
Something
or
like
who needs
that.
a helmet? Or
something. Yeah,
something
I'll post
like
the
that.
link below. You guys should check it out. But Wizzy, for example, he's known for going on these rants. So they were telling us a story last night when they were over for some board games about playing Pathfinder, and a tooth fairy monster was pulling his teeth and breaking his fingers.
We don't want to tell you the story because you should just go.
I'm not going to tell you the full story.
What was the name of the episode that was in?
Casual tooth encounter or something like that.
It was like, I don't know. It was a pun about teeth.
Yeah, it was good.
Tooth fairies.
It was good. So
okay,
anyways,
we're gonna have to
I'm not going to tell you the full story, but I'm going to tell you.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you the full story, but I'm going to tell you that. So he, even just remembering it, you could see the frustration come back.
Yeah, like the emotion. It was very intense.
He was like, it was effed. It was just, it was screwy and like you could see it. And then the guy who DM'd it is Brent. And Brent is like, oh, it was so great. And he's laughing. It's fine. He's like, it was so great. And so anyways, he said one of the highlights, though, isn't so much their game. It's when Wizzy gets pissed off and goes on these rants mid-game and interrupts the next people because he's still pissed off about something that happened 20 minutes later. So anyways, I guess there's like a 15 or 20-minute rant in this video that I got to go check out because I haven't listened to that yet. I listened to it in person.
To the recap.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And
bring it back around.
So anyways, I think it would be fun to ask her brother what he would think of Wizzy after playing a session with him.
Yeah, because my brother's a little buttoned up.
He's tight. You know, like he's got a very good life, nice house, great children. Like everything is structured. He's able to provide for his wife and family, so everything at home is taken care of and orderly. So it would be very interesting to throw a firecracker in with a candle and see what happens.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So, anyways, so that's it. So, anyways, I need to make some new friends. I'm going to be looking in some D&D Adventures League to try and formulate a group because don't know if that group will be able to get it together. But I'm going to be looking for a local group, and if not, I'm going to stream. I'm going to find some people online who want to play. So if you're interested, comment below. And if I can't get an in-person group going, we'll get an online group going, and we will get to streaming games, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, I don't care. And we'll figure that out. So anyways, so this was RPG A Day, Day 12, Friendship. I am Juice. This is Paula. This has been Master the Game. And I just want to say, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hammer the like button, and game on.